Guys, can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. I had to restart the audio. I'm sorry about that. So let me know if you guys can hear me now. The audio seems to be working. I apologize for that. So hello to Rick Grimes. Gotta love these tech issues. Can you guys on YouTube confirm that you can hear me? Good, good. Okay, good. So that sucked. Apologize for that. I guess 111 episodes in, we haven't had that many big tech issues, so this was bound to happen. So everybody, let's start this over again. Welcome to Dead Talk Live. I'm Viz from Walking Dead Now. Want to welcome all you guys. If you want more information about our show, please visit our website right up there, deadtalklive.com. Please also visit our YouTube channel, which is called Walking Dead Now. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and subscribe. And also, if you're there, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. So now let me properly welcome all our viewers, or some of our viewers tonight. Like I said, we have El Rey with us, Bree, Saz is joining us, of course. Saz is going to be handling the text chats. Andrew and Marie are going to be moderating. Summer is with us. Herb is joining us on YouTube. Lindsay is with us on Facebook. Bree is joining us on Facebook. JP is joining us from the Philippines. Welcome. Rick Grimes is with us on YouTube. Xgamer. Xgamer says, you need a break for a day, Viz. You know what? You ain't kidding, man. 111 days straight. I really do need a day off, but I enjoy doing this so much. I love it. Welcome, Gypsy Road. Nursey on YouTube, welcome. Loez, welcome. Let me look over to the Instagram side. We have a lot of people on Instagram. I see we have AMX joining us. Princess is joining us. AZ Gamer is with us on Instagram. Let's see. Erwin is also with us. Welcome, Erwin. We haven't seen you in a couple of days. Luis is giving us a smiley love face on Instagram. Zachary is with us. Just scrolling through the list here. Fuji8 is also joining us. A lot of people with us on Instagram. Tile14. Salim is giving us a smiley love face, as is Sussus. So, anyway, I hope everyone's enjoying their evening tonight. Not again, another, slow Walking Dead news day today. Not much way in the news. And as we get into the middle of August and, it won't be till mid-September again where we start maybe seeing some new trailers drop, some more new pictures coming out. So it's probably going to be a pretty quiet 30 days, till we get to around mid-September. So we already know the finale date, which is going to be October 4th. That's also the premiere date of World Beyond. Fear the Walking Dead is premiering a week later on October 11th. So, we're getting a little bits of news here and there. RC Gamer King is with us on YouTube, wants to know what's my favorite character. Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes is my favorite character. Let's see. Amelia Rose is joining us on YouTube. Ria from the Philippines is with us on Facebook. Parth is with us from India. Cassandra, welcome on YouTube. Let's see, just going down the list here. Kevin 2005 says, can you make movie The Walking Dead like in the game story of Clementine and Lee? I don't think that's how the movie is going to be made. The movie is going to be focusing on Rick Grimes, of course, as the main character, and the antagonists are going to be the CRM, the Civic Republic Military, that super secret faction that we really don't know much about. We're going to find out more about them in World Beyond when that premieres on October 4th. So, nope. They did announce for anybody that's expecting Clementine from the video games to be either on the TV show or any other thing, that's not going to happen. So, yeah. To all the gaming fans out there, I know Clementine was a huge favorite. She will not be crossing over into the shows. Vin says he wants me to shout out his name. Okay, Vin, Vintotu on Instagram. There is your shout out. Thank you for joining us, Vin. I am 5H is with us. So let's see. Just a lot of people. Talio14 says Judith is love. I am 5H is asking how am I doing? I'm doing pretty good, thank you. Selseth writes Maggie. Lots of floating love hearts on Instagram. I love those guys. Marisol T on YouTube say it's Evelyn. Saying my phone isn't working, so I'm here on my mom's phone. Well, it's great to have you with us, Marisol. Or Evelyn. Sorry, Evelyn. Rick Grimes says his real name is Hunter. Welcome, Hunter. X Gamer on YouTube writes that he wishes Carl was still alive. You're not alone on that one, X Gamer. Nursey is also with us on YouTube. Hello, Nursey. So, and a little bit of, new stuff that we did get today on Skybound's podcast with Johnny Odell. He goes on to explain how the Commonwealth's leader, Elizabeth, which we talked about yesterday, or was it the day before? I forget, who is being played by Julia Ormond. He goes on to say that she could be the most dangerous villain yet on The Walking Dead. So I grabbed a clip. I'm going to have you guys listen to it and hear how he goes on to explain it. Now, Skybound, guys, is partners with The Walking Dead. Skybound makes like the video games, and they're also involved in the TV show as well. They're partners with the Walking Dead team, so they do have a lot of inside information. So let me go ahead and play that video for you guys.
You're a huge fan. I'm a big fan. Like, what are you excited about? I mean, obviously, we got a ton of news out of Comic-Con at home. Like, what are the things that stand out to you that you're just really, really excited about, or things that you maybe haven't seen in your dailies that you get to watch that you're hoping for?
So I can only watch dailies in the Skybound office. So I'm probably going to go like in the next few weeks and try to just binge Fear, because I can't operate like the Sunday of an airing if I haven't seen the episode. It's impossible. Like, I have to have recaps done. I have to have content planned. I have to have it all figured out. So I've seen the first 3 episodes of World Beyond, so I got to catch up on that too. I'm excited for people to finally watch the season 10 finale, which is amazing. I'm so excited they were able to get it done. I've seen it, obviously. I've seen it a few times, but every time I've seen it, obviously there's no visual effects. So it'll be Beta and then 4 like extras as whisperers in a parking lot, and they're all like walking in a circle together, and then it'll just say add walkers like as like a production note on like the top right. And then sometimes there's like a huge CGI like filled scene in the middle of the episode, or maybe it's at the end, and they'll just show like this weird drawing and be like, and then this will happen, and there's like arrows pointing everywhere, and it's just like, and then this person says this, and you're not even watching a scene, you're just watching a storyboard. So I'm actually excited to see what it looks like. I have no idea. I'm excited for people to see World Beyond. I know people are gonna people are already trashing it because they think it's going to be about kids and where's Rick and this and that. But I promise you it's a good show. It has great characters. It's an ensemble cast. Everyone in it is really solid. The villain is really good. It's important to have a strong villain. They have the strongest of villains. Someone I think who could go match up against Negan or the governor if they wanted to.
Oh, wow.
That'll be Elizabeth. That's Julia Armand's character. I'm saying her name wrong, I think, but she's fantastic. And then Fear. I've seen clips of Fear. I haven't seen a full episode yet, but the cinematography looks insane, and there's a lot of new characters, and I'm excited.
So there you guys have it. He poses an interesting question. Like I said, Skybound is partners with the Walking Dead production team. They put it out together. How would you guys feel, watching an episode of The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, World Beyond, where it's just not complete? The way he described it, where we see the final product, a scene that is full of walkers, but no, you get before the effects are added. I mean, it just wouldn't be the same. It'd be cool to get access to that, to that kind of stuff. And I totally understand when he explained that he can only watch it in Skybound's offices because they want to keep that very secure. They don't want that leaking out, from a computer hacker or whatever. But how would you guys feel about watching, episodes that way before they come out? For me personally, it might spoil it a little bit. You know what I mean? Because the special effects is really what makes it so exciting. You know what I mean? Even the actors, when they're filming these episodes, they don't get to see the put together product. And they're just as amazed when they actually watch it finished. And they're just amazed at all the work that goes into it to produce this final product, which is an episode in this case. And it's a completely different experience for them. Even though they're the ones that were shooting it. They're the ones that are in the scenes. It's a completely different perspective when you're in front of the camera shooting a scene. Oh, we got a call. Hello, you're on Dead Talk Live with Viz. What's your name? Hey, Rick Grimes, what's up? Who is the person that I'm sad to see go? God, there's... Oh, you guys can't hear the call, of course, today with all these technical issues, so bear with me, guys. So hang on there, Rick Grimes, 1 second.
Okay.
I know what to do with this. Okay, all right. You guys should be able to hear. So can you repeat your question again?
Who is your character that you were sad to see go, and then the character you were happy to see go?
I've been sad to see all of them go. Noah stands out like the first thing that comes to my mind, and the way that he died. Happy, I don't know if happy is the right term on anyone going. The governor. I think the governor got exactly what he deserved. In fact, he probably deserved a worse death than he actually received. He was an evil man. And
I wanted...
Go on.
I actually wanted how the governor to die was from a shown sword, and then they left him to be eaten by the walkers, not shot.
Yeah. His girlfriend, whatever you want to call her, she finally realized that he was a monster, and she killed him. But, I agree. Stabbed through the heart, either let him bleed out there in the courtyard of the prison and get ravaged by walkers, and she gave him an easy way out. She gave him an easy way out.
Yeah, but thank you for taking my call.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in. Okay, we'll talk again soon.
I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay. All right, bye-bye.
What I'm doing is every episode I do one question.
Okay, I do got to ask you, Rick Grimes. I'm not going to ask you your age, but YouTube has some rules about taking phone calls from people. So you need to be over 14. So, or else my channel can get into trouble. So
I am over 14.
Okay, great. You're over 14. That's awesome. So we'll look forward to hearing from you again tomorrow.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Yep. And I did not know that about that age thing, guys. And I want to thank Gypsy Road. I don't know if he's still watching. Apparently, if you take calls or from kids, I guess, under the age of 14, it's against YouTube's guidelines and your channel can get shut down. So I want to make sure I'm following the rules. So guys, if you're under 14, I will not be able to take your calls. But 14 and over, please feel free and give us a call. And the number to give us a call, if you're inside the United States, is 718-509-9270. If you're international, please go ahead and use Skype and just look us up. The name is Walking Dead Now, and it's a free Skype to Skype call. So anyway, going back to what I was talking about watching an episode, like with the storyboards, like ad walkers here. Yeah, I would love to get a sneak peek at that. Who wouldn't, right? But, to actually fully enjoy an episode, I'd rather see the finished product. And like I was talking about these actors, they have no idea what the finished product is going to look like when they're shooting. They really don't. And I remember an episode, a premiere, I forgot which one, and I believe Greg Nicotero was on Talking Dead afterwards, and he mentioned that he got a text, I believe from Norman Reedus, because he saw the episode finished, and Norman Reedus was just blown away, like we are watching these episodes for the first time, even though he was in it. You know what I mean? He was in the episode, but he was completely blown away at seeing the finished product and what kind of an amazing job they did. So, yeah, just because you're in it, just because you're starring in it, shooting the scenes, you really have no idea what the finished product is going to look like. And that holds true for TV shows, movies, or whatever. So, anyway, also in that Skybound podcast, they did have the following to say on basically how lucky they were to finish the special effects and how they were lucky that the filming was done before the whole coronavirus pandemic really set in here in the United States. And, maybe a couple of weeks earlier, and they would not have even have completed the filming, from what I understand. And we may have never gotten an episode 16 till next year. You know what I mean? So they got lucky that it was just down to special effects. It could have very easily gone the complete other way. So I just want to read over some of your messages. Candy on Instagram writes, I love your t-shirt. Thank you. Daryl and Rick. HSWNY is waving at us on Instagram. Sussus is saying hello. Candy is also giving us a smiley love face. Gracie is saying good night. Let's see. Gamer writes, Viz, new Walking Dead game coming out. I did hear about that. The Walking Dead Onslaught. And the good news is that the game is based on the TV show. All right, that's good to know. I get a whole bunch of alerts sent to my email with anything Walking Dead related, and I did read that today about a new game coming out, and it is called Onslaught. I did not know that it was based on the TV show, till you just said that. So that's very good information. Thank you for sharing that. Let's see. Shantae writes, on The Walking Dead, I wonder what happened to Heath. He was on the bridge with Tara. I really believe we are going to find out what happens to Heath in the movies. I think we're going to see Heath again in the Rick Grimes movies. That's not confirmed. That's just my guess. Don't quote me on that. But we are going to find out what happened to Heath and his character in the Walking Dead movies. And if he is in the Walking Dead movies, we can safely assume that he has gotten himself mixed in with the CRM in one way or another. Either he is being held against his will, and he's being held against his will, and he's in the same situation as Rick is in. But I think I think we're going to see him again. No doubt about it. I really do. I really, really, really think we are going to see Heath again. I don't think his character is gone. It's going to be back. And we just have to wait. We just have to wait and see what happens in the movies. But they can't just leave him hanging. You know what I mean? They can't. That happened so many seasons ago now, and he's not forgotten about. So we just have to wait and see. Hopefully they bring him back. I really do hope so. Candy writes, when will The Walking Dead come to Netflix? Season 10 of The Walking Dead is coming to Netflix October 10th. In October. I don't know the exact date, but it's coming out in October. It's being released to Netflix. Gamer writes, what if we see Heath in The Walking Dead World Beyond? It's possible. Absolutely. It's possible. I don't think so. Again, that's just my opinion. More than likely, we'll see him in the movies. Nikki writes, the actor of Heath left because of a show he signed with. Yes, he left because he did 24 Legacy. 24 was the very popular TV show with Kiefer Sutherland. Jack Bauer, it was his character's name, and they wanted to reboot it. And they rebooted it with the title 24 Legacy. Unfortunately, it did not make it out of a single. It only did one season. Never went beyond one season. So he definitely became available again after that. But I don't blame him for leaving. You know, you're a supporting character on The Walking Dead, and you're given an opportunity to be the star in a new show that is a reboot from a very, very popular TV show. And I'm talking about the original 24 that lasted a long, long time, and it was amazing. I loved 24. Kiefer Sutherland, who played the role of Jack Bauer, was just phenomenal. Let's see. Herbal on YouTube writes, I hope King Bach plays a serious character, not like his actual personality, because that would ruin The Walking Dead for me. Let's see what else is going on YouTube. Cassandra, quarantine question. How often do you all go back and watch earlier The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead? Do you start from the beginning, or do you start from a favorite point? So that's a great question, Cassandra. Let me ask everybody who's watching. During, our quarantine here, how many of you guys actually do go back and watch The Walking Dead? Do you start from season 1, episode 1? Or do you just go and watch random episodes that just really stuck out in your mind? So go ahead and let us know. I'm curious too. I wished I had time to watch more Suseth Vega writes, watches the favorite parts. Gamer starts from season 1. So that they're on YouTube. I'm sorry, on Instagram. JDC writes, I miss Rick. CC Wheezy writes, random episodes. That's how I would do it too. I would, I have so many episodes that have left a mark on me. I just would go and rewatch those specific episodes. And rewatching that episode will lead me to another episode and then to another episode and so on. Saz says, I've started from the beginning on my Patreon. All right. Stenning writes, a YouTube streamer predicts Heath is the guy that Aaron and Alden meet in the woods with martial arts weapons. That is fascinating. Not the masked ninja guy. It's not him. I hope you mean the guy who's holding Aaron up at gunpoint. It could possibly be Heath. Not the masked ninja person. That's not Heath. No way in hell. That's not Heath. But it could be the person that's holding Aaron up at gunpoint. I can definitely see that. It could definitely be the guy who's holding up Aaron because we know Aaron recognizes him. So could it be Heath? It would surprise all of us. I would not be expecting that. Kimmy says on YouTube, usually whichever is on TV. Kimmy has watched them all several times. Welcome, Kimmy, to YouTube. Let me see, go over to the Facebook side. Carlos Andreas has given us a thumbs up. Toby says, watch random episodes. Emmy on Facebook watches from season 1. Just seeing up here. Just going up. Amir writes, you are so handsome. Thank you, Amir. That's very nice of you to say. Emmy writes, it's heartbreaking every time a good character dies on an episode. Yeah, well, like I tell my son, there are no happy endings in the Walking Dead universe. If you're watching The Walking Dead expecting a happy ending, you ain't gonna get it. It's the apocalypse. Oh, we've got another caller. You're on Dead Talk Live with Viz. What's your name? Oh, I guess we lost him. If you guys, whoever just called, we lost the call. If you want to call back, please go ahead and do so. So let's see. Fail on Instagram writes, Rick shouldn't be missing. Well, he's either... Andrew Lincoln left the show, so if he wasn't missing, he would be dead. So I will take missing over dead, because we know we're going to get him back in the movies. Andrew Lincoln was going to leave the show. He was not asked to leave. He was going to leave the show on his own for his own reasons, which I totally understand. So if he did not agree to come back and do those movies, they would have killed Rick Grimes off. He'd be dead. He would be dead. So I will take missing over dead any day. Cassandra on YouTube writes, interesting to know. I also like to cherry pick episodes. Oh, here we go. Hello, welcome. You're on Dead Talk Live with Viz. What's your name?
Man, this is Gypsy Road, Viz.
Hey, Gypsy, are you driving?
Always. I left my credit card when I picked up some pizza, so I had to go get it. But
What's up, man?
We were talking about the special effects. You know, Disney Plus, Mandalorian has a show where they had a season where they went behind the scenes with all the directors and how they did the special effects. If they would do that with The Walking Dead, man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well, all that magic happens in, the control room, man. In the special editing, special effects room. All done by computers and CGI. And those are some skilled people that work on this stuff, not just on The Walking Dead, in all the movies, TV shows. They are some talented people, man, that do this stuff.
Oh, the makeup. I mean,
absolutely.
So that Fear the Walking Dead catching up thanks to you for Hulu.
Yes, you told me that. I'm glad you were able to find it on Hulu. And so right now you are binge watching Fear the Walking Dead, correct?
Yes. I'm on season 3, episode 9. So now, so every night I've been trying to at least watch 3 of them, to catch up. There's only total of 2 more seasons after 3, so I'll be able to catch up by the end of next week. Yeah,
you got until October 11th, so you should definitely be able to catch up. And seasons 4 and 5, man, that's where it gets really good.
I can't wait, because you told me that half the crew is almost like all gone, kind of like Game of Thrones, kill. There's only like one original left, so I've been waiting to see when the first one's going to die. Like, oh, okay, they live. Maybe it's this one.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 from the original, and then another one comes back that I'm not going to spoil it for you, that you thought is dead. But everybody else is brand new. They cleaned house with everybody else. They brought it. Starting with 4, they bring in a whole bunch of new interesting characters. Of course, Morgan joins the cast from The Walking Dead. Dwight joins the cast in this prior season, season 5, and we're getting another crossover, Dwight's wife, in the season that's coming up, season 6. So, and they've said, man, this season that's coming out on October 11th, it's going to be a lot darker than Fear has been in prior seasons.
For this, for the Fear, I forgot how extra beautiful, violent that it is. So if they're going to go darker, oh man, dude, I'm all in.
Yeah, that's what they said. They are going darker for this upcoming season. So they mean business.
Sometimes these shows are so better. They're so much better when you can just binge them one after the other. It's like, all right, next one. What's going to happen next?
Exactly.
Like you're saying, man, the special effects and just the details, people walking around. I mean, that's just amazing. I mean, like you and I talked about before, the comic books, the drawings, the makeups. It's a wonderful team, and they don't spend they spend money on this. Fear the Walking Dead is not The Walking Dead, but the amount of money they put on this show is just wonderful.
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, they spare no expense. And with Fear, they obviously spare no expense with The Walking Dead. And it's going to be the same with this new show that's starting on October 4th as well, World Beyond. They know that this is a very popular, whatever you want to call it, a universe, because it's expanded beyond just the original show. We're getting movies now on top of that as well. Where they're dropping hints, there's going to be a lot more spin-offs. So it's just the beginning of something that's just going to expand a lot more.
I mean, you could expand where, now we got the United States of America, right? You got the East Coast, you got the West Coast with Mexico. You haven't gotten one in the UK or those other countries. I mean, you could put one in those other countries, and you got a whole new show right there alone on how they handle it.
Exactly.
So, hey, I know you're busy with the rest of your calls. You wanted to call us. I heard the last person say you're a handsome guy. You are a handsome guy, but if you wear a cowboy hat, man, you could be even more handsome.
Thanks, Gypsy. I'm from New York City, man. I think we're forbidden to wear cowboy hats.
All right, man. I'll let you go. But hey, you got a great show. You got a great team, and I'm proud of you. So
all right.
I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Gypsy. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. All right, guys. That was Gypsy Road. Always a treat to hear from Gypsy on our show. I actually caught his show a little bit today. He does a horror talk show, once or twice a week. and that's always very entertaining to watch. Fat31 is giving us a smiley love face on Instagram, also saying hello. Megat3 is also saying hello. Rick Rhymes 203 2019 writes, Fear comes back on my birthday on October 11th. That's awesome. Godfather wants to know what happened to Negan. Negan's still on the show. He's not the same Negan depending on what episode you saw last, but he's coming back. He's there. He never left. Negan is still very much alive and a very popular character on the show. So he's very, very popular. So anyway, moving on. I got some good, cool pictures for you guys to see. Let me go ahead and bring those up. So here's a meme of Abraham, Michael Cudlitz, and a lot of his Abrahamisms. And the title reads, When I find myself in times of trouble, Abraham Ford comes to me speaking words of wisdoms. And just some of his quotes. Son of a dick. Suck my nuts. Mother dick. Bitch nuts. What the bitch. Loose, I love this one. Loose ends make my ass itch. I freaking love that. Loose ends make my ass itch. Here's another one. Why are dingleberries brown? It's just the way shit is. I love that. Why are dingleberries brown? It's just the way shit is. Here's another one. You'd have better luck picking up a turd by its clean end. Oh, honey, look at you. You're a damn mess. I'm just grabbing the bowl by the nutsack. When you were pouring... this is my wife's favorite. When you were pouring the Bisquick, were you trying to make pancakes? Remember, that's the infamous conversation that Abraham was having with Glenn in the RV. And here's the one that I have a soundbite of. I don't give a monkey's left nut. Gotta love those Abrahamisms. They can bring a smile even on your worst day. You know, Michael Cudlitz did a great job, portraying those on the screen. So let's see, we got another one here of T-Dog and Rick. Top picture. Man, I'm getting pretty tired of all these walkers. Rick, sorry, this is super embarrassing, but what is your name again? And then you see T-Dog's expression on the bottom. That is freaking awesome. I love it. And one last picture here. This is not a meme, but this is Ophelia, the beautiful Ophelia. She is a model. She does some modeling from Ophelia, Fear the Walking Dead. One of the originals that is no longer on the show. But I thought this was a great picture and I wanted to share it with you guys. But I love those Abrahamisms. They're classic. They're classic. Saz writes, "Aw, T-Dog." Summer writes, "Oh, Abraham." So I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. AZ Gamer is laughing on Instagram. Candy X-Teen is also laughing on Instagram. Caesar has given us a thumbs up. Lucio, hello on Instagram. Also the Woods on Instagram who's joining us. Hello. Hello to everybody watching tonight. So Brian, it says I'm confused. What are you confused about, Brian? So let's move on to our topic for today, okay? Let's see how much time we have. Yeah, we got plenty of time to talk about this, okay? So basically today we're going to be discussing characters who deserve a stronger character arc, a stronger story. In my notes, I put the term here, They're always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Okay? For me, the person that just really pops out is Rosita, played by the beautiful Christian Serratos. She is a character who I think deserves a front and center storyline on The Walking Dead. She has been with the show since season 4. Long-time character now. She was introduced with Abraham and Eugene. And she's a badass, there's no other way to describe her. But what really do we know about Rosita? We really don't know much at all. We know that, she's a good person. She will always be there for you when you need help. She's a badass. She can definitely protect herself. She's an asset to the community. Abraham treated her like he was a dick when he dumped her for Sasha. That was not Abraham's best moment on the show. The way he left Rosita for Sasha. Probably the only time that you can look at Abraham's character and say, what the hell is he thinking? He could have handled that so much better. But anyway, going back to Rosita, what do you guys think about that? Share your opinions. Give me a call. Let me know. I think Rosita deserves a stronger storyline. Her character arc, it's just been sort of flatline. When she was introduced, she was a badass. And we saw that as the episodes and seasons progressed. She's still a badass to this day. Sure, she's been in and out of relationships with Abraham, Siddiq. She's in a relationship now with Gabriel, who I think we're going to lose in the finale. She had Coco. She's a mom. But it's sort of flat. It's flat. They need to give her a character an arc. Let's see. Ika writes, she was stronger. Later has given us a smiley love face. AZ Gamer writes, she is a badass and awesome. Lindsay Sparks on Facebook writes, I agree. She has been on the show forever. And absolutely, she's been on the show for so long. But like I said, her character arc has been flat. And I think her character deserves a lot more. Brian writes, it's because we still have too many characters. I don't buy that. There's room to give Rosita some more, I don't know what the right word is, leeway, backstory, character arc, whatever term you want to use. I think there's plenty of room to do that. You know what I'm saying? Brian also says Rosita's just babysitting now. That's all she really, I mean, it's flat. It's flat. We also have some other characters here listed. Alden, okay? Now, Alden, you can easily argue that he's just now starting to blossom. He was introduced with the Saviors. He was there. He became a savior just because there was no other place he can turn to. But his heart and soul was not really into the whole Savior's motto and all of Negan's motto and all that crap. And that's why he was very easy to transition from a savior into Hilltop. So he is just now, his character is starting to blossom. And I do believe that his character is going to be taken on a roller coaster ride. They have a lot of potential to work with when it comes to Alden. He is going to be a big character, in my opinion, in this finale. that we're getting in October, and he's definitely going to be a big character in season 11. How? I have no idea. He's going to become a major player. Somebody mentioned that when I brought up the fact that I believe that Negan is going to be running Alexandria, and I asked the question, who else is there really now that Michonne is gone as well? And somebody mentioned Alden. Alden is not really the leader type. He's great. He's loyal. He will have your back. He's a good fighter. We haven't really seen much in the way of him having to defend himself, but we can assume he's a good fighter. He's only going to get better. He's always there. Like, this is from Kat. These are Kat's notes, who's on our team. He's never been given the opportunity to lead. And I don't think that's something he wants. Or to do something that's really badass as well. So Alden is number 2 on my list of, characters that definitely deserve to be put on a roller coaster ride for their character arcs. So he's our number 2. We also, let's see, now Summer, who's also on our team, she feels Scott, and this is Summer's notes on Scott. He is an Alexandrian, has been on the show since season 6. We know nothing about him, and I bet you a lot of people are asking yourselves, who's Scott? That's exactly what Summer means. We only know that he's a father, which we found out about in the episodes called Scars. And Summer would love to see more from his character. So that's a great pick, Summer. That's a good one right there. Candy on Instagram writes, I hope you can give us t-shirts like yours. You guys can get this t-shirt on Amazon. I am working sometime in the future to create a t-shirt for this show, Dead Talk Live, and also Walking Dead Now, and to give it out to you guys. I am working on that. I just, there's not enough time to devote to that right now, but it's definitely something I have on my list to do in the upcoming future. So, Marko's pick for a character who he feels needs to be given more of a bigger arc is Aaron. Now, we all know, if you guys have watched the show, Aaron is Marko's favorite character on The Walking Dead. He goes on to say that he's one of the smartest, funniest, humble, and lovable characters, but we know very little about his human nature. We don't know his last name, but you could say that for a lot of the characters on The Walking Dead. We only really know, like, the big ones. Like, Carol's is Carol Peltier. I think I'm pronouncing it correct. How many people knew that was Carol's last name? If you guys knew that was Carol's last name, give me a thumbs up. It's not mentioned almost never on the show, especially in the early seasons. Of course, we know Daryl Dixon. We know the Grimes. They were the main character. Rick Grimes was the main character. Michonne, I don't think we know Michonne's last name. In the world of the apocalypse, with survivors being far and few between, last names, I guess, are not that important. And the same for Negan. Can you guys, let's take a guessing game. AZ Gamer did not know that was Carol's last name. CC Weezy did know that was her last name. Andrew Valentine 712 on Instagram writes, that's her name. Stenengol also giving us a thumbs up, saying he knew that was her name. Let's see, just looking at the YouTube side. Okay, a lot of thumbs up. You guys knew. Of course, Saz knew. Brian knew that was her last name. Summer knew. Kimmy knew. Saz writes Michonne Grimes. Ah, okay. But they never got married. You know, they never got married. Rick and Michonne never got married on the show, so that's invalid, Saz. You know, we might give her the last name of Grimes, Michonne Grimes, which sounds nice. But they never got married. But let's turn to Negan for a second. We only know Negan by Negan. Robert Kirkman never went into his last name. The show obviously never went into Negan's last name. So, looking at the character Negan, what would you guess would be a fitting last name for Negan? Negan Smith? Negan Anderson? Negan Wallaby? Negan O'Donnell? McDougal? I mean, who the hell knows? We have no idea. But anyway, I'd love to hear your good. Brian writes Negan Miller. Ooh, a Miller. Negan Dixon is AZ Gamer's guess. Vanina writes, are they coming back, Michonne and Rick, in the movies? Stenengol writes Negan Smith. I don't know. Negan Miller, Negan Smith, Negan Anderson. Geez, what other last name can we give Negan? Shit. I have no idea. I'm drawing a blank. He's just Negan. He's just Negan. Negan Raven. Let's think of a kick-ass, badass name to assume that Negan had. No. Negan Strung Out or Negan Strowman. Negan Strowman. No, doesn't sound right either. Negan Gibson is a guess by Vanina on Instagram. Summer writes Thomas Negan. Cassandra on YouTube writes, I like Anderson. Mr. Anderson. Matrix vibes. Negan Anderson. All right. Out of all the guesses we had, I guess Anderson, I guess we could see that. Negan Anderson. But I think, it was wise of him, whatever his last name was, especially the image that he wanted to portray on The Walking Dead as the badass savior leader. I think it's great that he never told anybody his last name, because as we just, realized right here on the show, whatever Negan's last name is, it wouldn't be good enough. It wouldn't be fitting enough for the badass or evil SOB that he was in season 7 and 8. Chloe on Twitter writes, what about Negan Jones? All right. I could see that as well. Negan Jones, could be. AZ Gamer writes Negan Johnson. Let's give Negan a porn name. No, let's not. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Forget I said that, guys. Forget I said that. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of answers. I'm not gonna run on the screen. So anyway, what other characters? Let's see. Marko goes on to say also to finish that he has no last name. he met Eric. Ross Marquand, who plays Aaron, says that he thinks it would be a great idea to give Aaron another love interest. In the comic books, he was involved with Jesus. And supposedly that was sort of kind of roundabout hinted that something may have happened with Jesus and Aaron in that 6 missing years right after Rick disappeared. So beyond that, we don't really know that much more about Aaron either. Is there any other characters that you guys can think of that you would like to see be given more of a backstory, more of a character arc? Find out more about them, where they came from, what they were about, what they were doing before the apocalypse, what did they do during the breakout of the apocalypse, how did they end up becoming who they were today. Those are the names that we came up with. So for me, it was Rosita. For Kat, it was Alden. Summer, it was Scott. And for Marko, it was, like I said, Aaron. So Sunako writes Negan Reagan. Negan Reagan. Simo on Instagram writes, I am Negan. Cruz on Instagram waving at us. Welcome, Cruz. Welcome to the broadcast. AZ Gamer on Instagram writes, we all love Rosita. Is she going to be in the movies, or she will be ended in season 11? I have not heard anything about Rosita being in the movies. Doesn't mean she won't be, but I have not heard anything about Christian Serratos, who plays Rosita, appearing in the movies. Brian writes, what happened to Gage? Died off screen. Don't have an answer about you. Brian also writes Connie and Luke. Luke, we know, was a music teacher. Connie and her sister Kelly, I think we are going to explore, I hope we do, more of their backstory, and we are going to be given, they're going to be put through the ringer, and their characters are going to really get tested. Saz writes, Kirkman was calling him Nagas for a long time, but apparently that's the Ferengi leader in a Star Trek Deep Space Nine, so he changed it to Negan. I think Kirkman definitely made a good choice on that one. Nagas? No, don't see that. Cassandra on YouTube writes, I really want to see a full backstory on Magna that crosses over with Orange is the New Black characters. You've mentioned that before, Cassandra, about Magna. I agree with you. Magna is a fascinating character, and we did an episode about her a couple of days ago, and the episode was dedicated on how we would love to know more about Magna and what she's all about. We know she's been in jail. That's why you have the reference to Orange is the New Black. But as far as an actual crossover, I don't think that's going to happen. But you're right. Magna, I hope they don't just leave her as this just mysterious character. They might, and leave it up to our imaginations with whatever information we have on her already. But beyond that, who knows? I'd like to know more about Magna. Caesar on YouTube is saying, hi, welcome to the broadcast, Caesar. RAMG has joined us. Let's see, Christina is with us on Instagram as well. CC Wheezy writes, Negan Carver. That's an interesting name. That's a very interesting name. Let's see, Christina is saying hello. AZ Gamer writes, Negan doesn't need a last name. Yep, I think that's what we pretty much concluded here today. He's better off just being called Negan. Let's see what's going on. Chloe writes, so let's see. Negan Jones. Chloe also writes, I realized that all the leaders had a lover. Shane had Andrea, kind of, for at least a couple minutes. Rick had Michonne. And then Daryl is like a new leader. Well, there really is no new leader. Daryl is a leader by example. Chloe also on Twitter goes on to write, maybe he will find a love, and we're all hoping that that love is Connie. And Lindsay on Facebook also writes a backstory on Connie. So anyway, guys, I went past our 1 hour limit. We are out of time. I apologize for the technical issues we had in the beginning of this show. But that's goes hand in hand with live episodes and live stream. That's why I love doing live streams. We were able to fix it and get a full show in. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's a pleasure as always. If you want more information about our show, please go to our website, deadtalklive.com. Please go ahead and visit our YouTube channel, which is called Walking Dead Now. And please subscribe if you haven't already done so. And if you're on YouTube right now, please go ahead and give us the old thumbs up button. It's been a pleasure as always. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow night. And until then, guys, remember to stay walking.